Here we have the 4-hour price chart for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Here we can see that we are trading in a bit of a sideways trading pattern here. And this follows a period of upside activity and price action that was seen earlier in the week. Overall, we have seen recent lows post at roughly 413. Let's get an exact price here. I'm seeing 414 for the recent low here. We're still trading at roughly the midpoint of this broader trading range that I have outlined here. And it does suggest that markets are consolidating a bit and waiting for a directional move higher. However, what this really could start to do here, really is create a higher support level within the current trading range. Okay, and this is important because it does suggest that if we were to lose current support levels at roughly 414, we would still have further support to the downside that's seen downward just a bit further. The next support level to the downside would come in at roughly 360. So, overall, this is an encouraging development here because it really does suggest that we might be seeing an end to this broader trading range here, and we could start to see a breakout. If we do continue to post higher lows here, we could see the stock kind of move in more of a stair step fashion, and then start to post new highs in the process. In other words, it might look something like this. Let me just draw this out here quickly. If we do start to see action like this, it would suggest that a bit of a bottom is in place here, because we would have a series of support levels, which really would be keeping this 360 level protected near term. So if we start to pull out here, we can really start to see the potential for upside here as opposed to the potential for downside. We don't have to go back very far in the stock's share price history to see, significantly higher prices. For example, if we go back to um, this would be the end of December 2023, so roughly December 28th, we can see highs of 957, which would be more than double the current price level. So we could see more than 100% gain here in a relatively short period of time, because this is roughly 6 or 7 months of trading. The stock lost a tremendous amount of its value in a short period of time. And this does suggest that we could start to gain that back relatively quickly, as long as these lows remain in place. I mean, of course, you do have to sort of plan for the downside here. And, really what I would be looking for, before I would start to get concerned, would be first to see a break, below this 410 level roughly. And then that would start to target the 360 level once again. And then if we did see a break below there, then it would suggest that there is a lot of selling pressure that's still present in the market. But at the moment, I think that this is unlikely because we've got a few pieces of evidence which suggest otherwise. Not only do we have this higher low here, and this does suggest that we could start to also see a higher high, but we've got some rising trading volumes here that can be seen, and these are posting in the positive direction. These are posting in the bullish direction. And what that suggests is that, investors are starting to look at these longer term declines and see the stock, as a good value at these lower levels. If an item is on sale in the store, it's more likely that somebody's going to buy it because it's much cheaper than it is normally. And we are trading far outside of the historical averages for this stock. So if we're looking at, longer term, upside potential here, the upside potential far outweighs the potential for further downside. Because even if we break this current support level, we're seeing another support level that's not even a dollar away. And then, at that point we're trading at 360. I mean, how much lower can we really drop from there? It doesn't seem likely that, we could really start to build, downside momentum for share prices here. So, one other thing that I want to point to is the fact that, this indicator reading has made attempts here to start generating downside momentum. This is the relative strength index. The purple line here is the relative strength index. This is a momentum indicator, and it does suggest that bearish momentum, there has been an attempt here. Not totally surprising, given the fact that we've seen several periods, like in here, for example, where trading volumes have turned negative and have turned to the downside. This type of trading activity is definitely going to generate bearish momentum in share prices. But as we can see, this trend momentum did not last for very long. Relatively quickly, we saw an upside break here. So what this does tell us is that this downward trend in momentum has completed itself. It's run its course and it's over. And then if we look at the longer term readings for this stock, we can see that an upward trend in share price momentum has been in place since the end of May. So this is much longer in nature, and it has not broken to the downside. So overall, what does this tell us? It tells us that from these depressed price levels, these extremely low price levels, market is not really able to generate much bearish momentum. I mean, and that makes sense. There's just not much further to fall to the downside. In contrast to this, the stock has been able to show indications of positive momentum. We're not seeing a huge spike in share prices, but we have to remember this is a leading indicator, which means that you're going to start to see readings in this indicator before you see movements in share prices themselves. And this is also creating a bullish divergence in the process. So, the indicator reading is moving higher, even during cases where the share price itself is moving lower, such as right here. You're seeing the stock decline, but the momentum reading, it continues to build. It's kind of a slow build. It's not an excessive, short squeeze type of build. Where you're going to see, share prices, rocket to like $300 per share in the next week or something. But it is a consistent build, and it does stand to reason that this suggests that we're forming a bottom here, that we're starting the turning point, and that the stock probably marks an excellent buying opportunity at current levels. So if we pull out here a bit more, just to kind of get a sense of where share prices can travel. The upside potential here is extreme. I mean, it's dramatic. You're looking at share prices from August 2023 that were trading at nearly 4 times where we are currently. We're trading above $16 per share. And then that's even a conservative estimate for where prices could head in the future. I mean, if we just continue pulling back here, we can see massive potential here for upside. So, overall, it's probably the case that, the sideways trading activity is getting some people down and getting some people to have a negative outlook for the stock. But there's a lot of potential here for turnaround. And it does suggest that share prices could continue moving higher here, over the medium term time frames. So this is the current market outlook for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO.